I discovered my therapist was recording our sessions for her true crime podcast about my father's murder. The whole thing started when I was mindlessly scrolling through Spotify, looking for something to listen to during my morning jog. I had been seeing my therapist for almost 8 months, working through the trauma of losing my father in what the police called a home invasion gone wrong. The sessions had been helping, or so I thought, until I stumbled across a podcast called Behind Closed Doors, Real Case Files, and saw my therapist's name listed as the host. My hands literally started shaking as I clicked on the most recent episode. The description made my blood run cold. Today we dive deep into the unsolved murder of a local businessman, using exclusive insights from his daughter's therapy sessions. I couldn't believe what I was reading. My father's case had been plastered all over the local news for months, but this felt different, more personal, more invasive. I pressed play with trembling fingers and heard her voice, the same calm, professional tone she used during our sessions, but now she was talking about my father's death like it was entertainment. She described details about our conversations, things I had shared in confidence about finding his body, about the blood on the kitchen floor, about how I couldn't sleep for weeks afterward. She had changed my name, but anyone who knew me would recognize the story immediately. The worst part was how she painted herself as some kind of detective, theorizing about who might have killed him based on what I had told her about his business dealings and personal relationships. She even suggested that maybe I knew more than I was letting on, that perhaps there were family secrets I was hiding. I felt sick to my stomach, listening to her turn my grief into content for her stupid podcast. I spent the next few hours listening to earlier episodes, discovering that she had been doing this for over a year with multiple clients. She had a whole series about different cases, all supposedly based on real therapeutic insights from people dealing with trauma. The comments section was full of people praising her for her unique perspective and inside access to the minds of crime victims. My entire world felt like it was crumbling. The person I had trusted with my most vulnerable moments, the professional I had paid to help me heal, had been exploiting my pain for profit and fame. I couldn't stop thinking about all the intimate details I had shared with her, wondering which ones would end up in her next episode. The betrayal cut deeper than I expected, bringing back all the feelings of violation I had experienced after my father's murder. I had finally started to feel safe again, to trust someone with my emotions, and now that safety had been ripped away. I couldn't eat or sleep, and I found myself constantly checking her podcast to see if she had uploaded any new episodes about my case. But then I found out she had been